Hi, good morning. It's time for the morning news, where I share what I've learned about what's going on with my fellow viewers and so forth and so on. And this will be the May morning news, I suppose. And and so we've been learning. I learned quite a bit lately. Some of it's been pretty surprising, but I learned that you can still be alive in the midst and have some kind of decent fun in the midst of a plague of all things. It's amazing. And, um, and I've been learning about things like that and what's going on. And I found out that you can just shut down the entire world just like that, and nothing happens. I mean, life goes on somehow. They shut down most of it. People seem to be happy enough at home. Um, you know, I don't know what they do there, but wander around, I suppose, watch TV, things like that. And you don't have to be driving all that way to work every day. That's certainly something that I'm sure a lot of people are quite happy about. Now, as far as this plague is concerned, um, nobody, they seem to think it came from here, it came from there, maybe it came from, I don't know, some Asian country. Or perhaps it was like that Spanish food actually originated in Kansas or something. Um, they found a case right here in my hometown in Santa Clara County in California. It was like the first one they found, looking back through the records, testing people and stuff. So the main thing I wanted to report about that I've learned has been, I think, was quite surprising because it seems like a lot of people don't really seem to care much about whether people live or die, and they have big wars, and lots of people perish, and people on the street and everything else. But now, suddenly, just one, I mean, even one person, I mean, they like, the whole world seems to be very concerned about, just if anybody dies, they're just going to shut down everything and just wait till, I don't know, it all goes away or they can fix it or something. And, so that's very considerate of them, and I'm not sure whether it has to do with the fact that, I mean, like the main civilized countries are actually being threatened themselves, and not just some third world country. No, the big guys, um, are having a real threat. So there's that. And then I learned that there's a way to kind of, there's actually a way to kind of deal with these plagues, and that is you kind of set up places all over the world. Sure, it'll cost a couple $100 billion, but sort of like far less than, of course, it costs if the plague actually gets out. But nobody seemed to pay much attention to that. I guess they were busy, making money and stuff, and didn't have time. But so the thing is, you have all these kind of sentinels, medical teams in place in all the different countries, and you set up a pretty healthy, healthcare system, warning system, and things like that. And then you can identify these things, and as soon as you see one comes up, a plague, or as they say, a virus, whatever. But by then you run over there, and you get all the people over there, and they contain it, they trace it, and they find who's got it, and they make them stay at home until the thing can't go anywhere, and it just dies out. And that's the way to do it. And a bunch of people figured that out a while back, and they figured out that the world is like, now it's like the world has mosquitoes. I mean, mosquitoes that it has are, all these planes flying all over. They look like a bunch of mosquitoes if you look at them from the satellite, just flying everywhere all the time. So anytime you get some sort of thing going on with some plague or something like that, why, the person that is carrying it, why, he can just hop on a plane and fly over to, he can fly from, Africa to Iceland, and then the Iceland people get it, and so on and so forth. So they figured this out a while back, and but our president is kind of a business-minded guy, so he got rid of all those kind of things because they're trying to save money and make money and stuff. So I mean, those things, it costs money to do this. Not as near as much money as it would cost to, um, try to pay for even part of what the plague costs. But and then of course a lot of people died too. But as I say, mostly they don't seem to care much about people dying unless it happens to be maybe they might die. I don't know exactly how people are feeling about things. I know here that we have almost no cases, and but they decided to keep shutting things down for a while longer, just in case there might be a case or two or three. And so it's a little puzzling how, but it's quite fun. I mean, it's not fun for people who die, I guess. I don't know how they feel when they die. Maybe they do find it to be a happy time to leave this place. I don't know. But the people that love them certainly aren't happy, and my condolences go out to all of them, of course. I mean, I wouldn't want any of my kids to die. I would be. But in any case, let's go on. So the thing is that with this virus, plague, whatever, why then the thing is that there are people around the world that are kind of more intelligent and more ready for things and on top of things than other people are. That's just the way things are. Some people are stupid and some people are pretty intelligent about things. And of course, I mean, I hate to say it, but here in America we've learned that we're kind of like more toward the stupid side. We just don't we don't understand things, and it takes us a long time to figure out what to do. Even though a lot of people are shouting at us to get it done. For instance, what I figured out was just get the billionaires together and they could become like the heroes of humanity. Just a bunch of billionaires get together and they all contribute, $1 billion here and $1 billion there, get 20 billion or so, and then give a reward to whoever can come up with the testing the first, and then who can get the materials and everything for testing in place, and who can get it out into where it needs to be, all over the world, and who can manufacture 1 million tests a day first, and all those kind of things. Just do it real fast, and you save those people themselves. I mean, because they have a lot of money invested in this place, they could save themselves hundreds of billions, maybe even $1 trillion and more. But they don't. I don't know if I should tell them or not. They might not appreciate it, but it's a great idea. And it's an intelligent idea, it's something that because so then everybody could get back to work. If you knew you were not an infector, you can go back to work, and if you knew that you had it already and you were immune, well, you could go back to work. So lots of people could go back to work, and then they could test everybody most of the time. They're going to have to be testing now all the time. I mean, I thought we were going to get out of it when I was in school. We'd test. It's like now, just to be alive, you're going to be tested every week or something, and that's okay. You get used to things. Hey, gone to my test. How you doing? So anyway, of course, as we all know, I mean, some people in South Korea, they got right on top of this thing, and they never had to shut down their economy at all because they did a lot of testing right away. As soon as they heard about it, they started manufacturing tests, and they got everybody to do it. But, it's often the case with people who kind of aren't maybe, I don't know what you want to call them, the brightest bulb or something. But over here in our country, I've learned that no, they wouldn't begin to even think about doing what the South Koreans did, because we have our own ways. We have our own ways of doing things, and here we have other considerations. We have to consider, I mean, the people that are making these things, who is best suited to have the most profit from it, and who will get the biggest contract. I mean, because we have to think about the people who have a lot of money because, I mean, they're used to having. I mean, nothing disturbs their life very much. I mean, if anything gets disturbed, why somebody comes and helps them out, and fixes it and everything. So we don't want them to get too disturbed, and so you know, we have to consider their profits because that's what makes them happy, having even more than they have. And we don't want to neglect our billionaires and our oligarchs and people like that. We have to look after them too. We can't be, kind of just always thinking about the working class and things like that. So anyway, so we're taking quite a while. And the thing is, they're thinking, well, let's take a while longer. Because it's such fun to think, what would happen to an economy if, it was based on people working and stuff and going places every day? If you just shut it all down, what would happen? So they're going to find out. I think they want to find out what will blow up first, or what will just be a huge, exciting catastrophe that occurs. Or will there be one? Or will somehow, by some form of magic, that even without working, everything still goes on, just like it always did, So gosh, that's, well, it is the morning. It's almost 2 in the morning, so it's the morning news. And I hope that you got something from this. And, oh yeah, and I wanted to mention one other little aspect of this whole business is that, the whole thing becomes like, see, as a human being you have things to do and stuff, but now your main thing that you would want to do is to try to figure out, because this little guy, the plague guy, he's very, 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 very tiny. He can't even see him. Can't smell him. Can't hear him. Nothing. I mean, it's like it could be anywhere. I mean, it could be on the end of my finger. Or, on the end of my nose. I'm not going to touch my nose, because they told me, don't touch your face, whatever you do, So, at least while I'm filming, I won't touch my face, because I don't want anybody to get upset. But after, I have to, well, I'm not going to say anything. But anyway, so the thing is, the idea is to kind of figure out how to go around and maybe even go out in public where the little guy could be waiting for you, and just try to put on gloves and take off gloves and watch how you breathe and don't look at people or whatever. I mean, maybe not. You can look at them a little bit, but not too much. But keep your distance. And they started out 6 feet. It's about 6 feet or maybe more, maybe a little bit more than 6 feet. And for God's sake, wear a mask. I was thinking, why not have a mask with a smiley face on it? Cheer everybody up, I think that would be fun. And so trying to figure out where this thing is. Well, I have to tell you, I'm getting old. I can't be, I just don't feel like that's my calling in life, is to try to see something that you can't see and to figure out every time I turn around what to do next. Should I wipe the soles of my shoes off when I come in the house? And should I wipe all the food down? Then when I get through wiping all the food down, what will I do with the things I wiped? Well, I'll throw them in the trash. And then I have to be careful taking the trash out, though. And I hope I don't infect somebody that collects the garbage, I mean, there's just so many things. So, I just, somehow I don't really feel like, if the little guy gets me, well, there you go, I mean, I try to be, have fair standards of hygiene, and I try to stay hygienic. I mean, Americans, we're germs everywhere, But I don't really pay a lot of attention to some, clean water, clean dishes, and so on, and a fair thing. But I'm not the person running around spraying Lysol and killing all the good bacteria in the air and things like that just to get rid of the bad ones too. I mean, yeah, it's like the baby goes out with a wash. I mean, the good guys, they died too, and what's the point of that? So But I've been pretty healthy for 40 or 50 years, never paid much attention to doctors. I don't say that they don't have something to say. I just, I know myself, if I get sick, I just lie down, stop eating, and maybe drink a little water, maybe even not water, until it goes away, and then it always goes away. God fixes it, as He does, and your soul fixes it or whatever, and then you get up and you're fine. That's the experience I've had. I guess people don't really believe in things like that anymore. I don't know what they believe, but they believe in the scientists, as I've said before. The guys just study little tiny things, and then they figure out everything about what's going on. Except the only thing I can see they don't figure out is they look at the little tiny things, and those little tiny things are incredible how they work. They never say to themselves, wow, only a higher, some kind of incredible intelligence could have made something like this. No, they seem to think that all that incredible stuff that goes on, all the DNA and all of those things that make other things incredibly intricate and just amazing ways in the body, is all made by some kind of a moron, Evo, the evolutionary guy. He doesn't know much, but he keeps going on. And then when something happens, why, only the good remain. And I guess they keep having good kids too. I don't know. I don't really understand how they figure things out, but anyway, there you have it. That's what I've been figuring out lately. And one of the main things I figured out is, it doesn't matter if other people do things in a good, successful way, like the South Koreans did, and they managed to not even shut their economy down. And everybody's pretty happy over there. Sure, they have to wear a mask and stuff, but they're pretty happy. They're having a pretty good time. But we're not going to do what they did, because we do things our own way, in our own good time. And I would say the good time part is the thing you should focus on. And so that's what I've been learning lately about our country. And, as a kind of I don't want to be all just, I want to say that, of course, we see, as always, that there are many, many really brave, good, strong, courageous, intelligent people in our country as well as other countries, and they do wonderful, brave things, and sometimes they get noticed like they are now, and God bless them one and all, and so it's great that we have, even though we can't seem to get too many of these people into our government, it is great that we do have them in the community, and I'm very happy for them, and I say to one and all of them, God bless you, and thank you so much for everything that you're doing, risking. That's a very commendable and marvelous thing, and I hope you get what I'm sure you will. You get what you deserve, and so I'm sure that you'll have a good result in helping other people. I'm sure you know that too. All right. So good night for now, and that's the end of the May 8th morning news.